This week on Kentucky Afield, catfishing can be done in any number of ways, but one of the best ways to hook up with a big one is to hit the biggest water.
No blue.
Next, bass were in the jumps during our trip to Rough River Lake with Zach Lewis.
Oh, I got him. Sweet.
Then, we're all gearing up for deer season. We'll show you what you need to know before climbing into that lock-on stand for the very first time. It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Such a pretty fish.
Beautiful.
This pond is plumb loaded with frogs.
They're everywhere in here. Yeah, this is a good fish right here. Really good fish.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, boy. That's a big rabbit.
Nice job.
Yes!
Yes! My first musket.
Mercy, Leo!
Yeah, look in here, it's a keeper.
There it goes. Boom.
Wow, that happened fast.
Hello, and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. There are tons of great fishing opportunities below the Falls of Ohio, just outside of Louisville, Kentucky, including catfish. Today we're out here on the Ohio River with catfisherman Derek Catter. Now Derek, you're taking me down below the Falls of the Ohio.
This is like a beacon for all the fish, you know what I mean? Like, hey, come and eat here, you know? And it's also protected from the bridge up, so.
Yeah. So are you looking for a deeper hole?
To be honest with you, I just go with what my gut tells me, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Most of the time, I don't even go by the fish finder. I just, even if it doesn't show fish, it's not gonna tell you if there are or aren't there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they surely won't tell you if they're hungry.
Right, exactly.
Before we got here today, how did you catch your bait?
Cast net and
Okay.
skipjack I had bought from someone.
Skipjack, and you got some buffalo and
Shad,
shad,
yeah.
a little bit of everything, huh?
You'll see the size bait I use. People think I'm crazy by the size of bait I throw, but big fish eat big bait, you know what I mean? Like,
You got an interesting rig there too.
this is a Mad Catter hook. It's a 10-aught hook. It's a dual action hybrid circle hook, so you can set it or you can let it set itself.
Okay. So outside of the hook, tell me what else you've got. You got a three-way.
Right, so I got a three-way. It's not a normal three-way. The swivels are looped over each other.
Yeah.
So the second swivel, that's where your sinker's gonna go. It's gonna be about a foot leader, right?
Gotcha, okay.
And you got a 3 to 4 foot leader for your hook line. And then this is just a hooker's thermal tackle rattle and just a rubber tube.
Okay.
Like a fuel line, or I use aerating tube, any kind of tube will work. But the key is this bead up top has to be hard. Can't be soft. Like this one's soft to protect this hook.
Gotcha.
But if this bead's soft, then it'll just absorb that rattle spinning.
Gotcha. So yeah, I gotcha. So
So
you
in
get
the
the most action with it, just like that right there. And this is something you came up with yourself too, isn't it?
Right.
You actually call it Mad Catter because your last name is
Catter.
Catter.
Right.
Can you trade that sinker out fast if need be?
Yeah, exactly. So
I got you.
pull that through there, like that. Pull that knot back through there, and then instead of cutting your line every
Yeah,
time, it saves time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Drop it right off the back of the boat and let it spool out. Until you should feel it hit the bottom. And then you're gonna thumb it and lift it straight up and then let line out again. And you should just basically feel it walking back.
Okay.
Basically like bass fishing in reverse.
Yeah, I can feel that thing spinning too.
Yeah, I know. On that braid, I bet you can.
It's a pretty
crazy.
sensitive rod that I've got here. I can literally feel that thing
Just
twirling round and round and round.
yeah, so if you can feel that, imagine a fish hitting it. And
I
sometimes,
hope I don't have to imagine.
right, exactly.
Uh-oh.
Fish on.
Fish on?
Yep. It's not a giant, but it's a
It's a
decent
good
fish.
sized fish.
There we are.
There we go.
Good stuff.
Got a blue. What do you think that one there weighs?
7 or 8 pounds. No, maybe 10.
I'm gonna guess that fish weighs 13 pounds.
Right on. 14, about 15 pounds.
Yeah, about 15 pounds.
Pretty fish.
It is a pretty fish.
He hadn't been in shallow water. It doesn't look like he's got any, well, yeah, there's the spawn marks right there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
looks like it's healing up, so they're probably coming off right now.
yeah.
And this is where all my fish go, right back in.
Right back in the
Every
in the
one
river.
of them, yep.
There it is.
Boom.
Just in case we need a park.
There's the second
Fish
one.
on. Nope, it's a blue. There we go.
Oh, look at
Takes all age classes, man.
All right.
This river's got to have them in there from 1 year old to probably 50. It's a pretty fish. I mean, the color that they get in them with that
Right.
that blue and purple looking. I mean, of course, that's why they call it a blue. But just such a pretty fish. Just it's the closest thing we have in Kentucky to a shark.
Right. Boom. This is him too.
What do you know? We got a fish on. Looks like about a 4 or 5 pounder.
Can be,
Twirling and twisted,
difficult,
man.
yeah.
They know how to make themselves heavy, don't they?
Right. Well, and when you're fighting the current, it doesn't help either, you know?
Go ahead and throw a little bit of Asian carp entrails in there, and sure enough, just sweetened the pot enough to get him to strike.
Boom.
Bam,
Good
nice.
fish.
Today they didn't want it moving. They wanted it set on the bottom.
Right.
But I'll tell you what I've learned most from being out here with you today is, you know what? Fishermen can be brilliant when it comes to just using what they've got.
Right. Going back in.
You've converted this boat, which is a runabout boat, to come out here and catfish. You've made most of the components and things that you use. And you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
I wish it wasn't going to be 100 degrees today. We sat here and catch more
Right.
fish.
I
But
appreciate it, man.
thanks for coming out with us. I definitely
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate it.
We're here today at the Salato Wildlife Education Center. I'm here with Jeff Roberts, a conservation educator.
Good to see you.
How you doing?
Doing great.
You know, Salato has so many really cool events throughout the year, but one of the biggest, most important ones coming up soon.
Yeah, as far as this agency is concerned, one of the most important is right around the corner, and that would be National Hunting and Fishing Day celebration here at the Salato Center.
So National Hunting and Fishing Day, tell me a little bit about what that is.
You know, National Hunting and Fishing Day has been celebrated in this country for over 40 years, since 1972 actually. Basically as a way for sportsmen and women to acknowledge the great value in hunting and fishing as far as conservation goes. So we feel it's a great opportunity to celebrate hunting and fishing here at the Salato Center.
You offer a lot of different activities that day, right?
Exactly. This is a great opportunity for people of any age to receive hands-on instruction in shooting sports, archery, and casting and fishing. Some of the activities that you can expect to see during this celebration are going to be air rifles, 3D archery, archery trap shooting, casting practice, and fishing. We're also going to have a hunting dog demonstration and a public elk feeding and elk talk at our elk herd.
Oh, wow. So if a person wants to participate, is there any sign up? What do they need to do?
It's very easy. There's no registration required. And best of all, this event is free. Free
Okay.
admission all day. And this event runs 11 to 3 on Saturday, August 10th.
Okay. So there's no normal admission to get into the Salato Center. It's completely free.
Not that day. It's our only free event of the whole year. So
It's a
people can
celebration
take advantage.
and it's free.
Exactly. What's
So-
not to love?
So what about kids?
Anyone's welcome. We don't set any kind of age limits. Basically, it's based on safety as our #1 priority, as you would imagine. If the child can safely operate the Genesis bow or the air rifle, then they're welcome to participate. If not, we have consolation bows that they can use and still take part in the fun.
And you said fishing. There's actually,
Fishing.
you can
There
actually
is
fish.
fishing.
Beyond casting
There is fishing.
demonstration.
As you know, we've got 2 Fins Lakes here on campus. Both are stocked and ready to go, so we do have fishing. Anyone 16 and older will need a license, but the good news is that we sell those right here at the Salato Center.
Hey, fantastic. This is, I hope the weather's like it is today,
I hope so.
and we'll have a great turnout.
I hope so.
School is starting back up, and many kids are about to head off to college. If you like to bass fish and you're headed to school, check out and see if they have a bass fishing club. It may just be what helps you get through. Well, Zach, I think you got some good reports, and it sounded like the same reports I had, that you might be able to flip some docks today and catch some fish.
Yeah, hopefully we can go out there and catch a few.
Keep your eyes open for those jumps. We're here early enough, we may see some of that too.
Yeah, a good topwater bite would be fun.
I see some minnows working over there right now.
It's gonna be a beautiful morning.
And the jumps came up. We're not sure what these are just yet, but I bet it's a mixture of a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to have to run over and try that.
All right, let's roll.
That fish come all the way out of the water.
Oh, I got him.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
I tell you what, that's exciting. It's fun,
Oh,
ain't it?
man. Like a kid on Christmas morning. Oh, that's a good fish.
Look at that. That's why you come out
Oh,
here and
yeah. Oh, come on, buddy.
catch these. Nice job,
That's
man.
awesome.
There you go.
Oh, that's a good hybrid right there.
That's a good hybrid. How strong they are. Look, setups. I'm doing setups.
Yeah.
Coming out here and casting into these jumps when they're going on. Yeah, we're out here to bass fish,
Yeah.
but when these things start jumping, you almost got to go give them a try.
Yeah, that's a great fish right there.
Because that fish fought probably like a 4 or 5 pounder.
Oh, yeah, biggest hybrid I've ever caught.
When you were 12, it was the days of a lot of information already being out there.
Right.
You know, you're in your early 20s, so 12 years old for you, the internet was already alive, and
Right.
you used that a lot to learn how to fish, didn't you?
I've sat on the computer and, watch YouTube for hours, and watch, how-to videos, different techniques.
You fished through college, right?
I do, I fish for the University of Louisville right now, my 2nd year, and
Tell me about what college bass fishing has meant to you.
without college fishing, I don't know if I would have made it through college. It's a big group of guys that get together. We hang out together, we study together, and we push each other to do good in school and fish. Oh, there you go.
He let it get right to the boat and then he took it.
He's nut.
I think, I got this one. This looks good for the future years of hybrid fishing here at
Yep.
Rough River. There's a bunch of them.
I have never experienced anything like this before. Wow.
I want to grab a net on this one. There we go. Interestingly enough, this lake has quite a few of these. This is a hybrid bass, and we're running a study on them. If they have a transmitter, you want to call the department, let them know that you've caught one, your location and where you caught it, but you want to release it because what they're doing is they're studying the movement of these. This does not have one, and these fish get quite a bit bigger, and man, do they fight.
And they taste really good too.
And they taste really, really good.
That's a good solid fish.
That's a pretty good fish, but I mean, they get 10, 12 pounds. We're gonna get this one back in there though. Lord, they're strong. You said your dad didn't bass fish, but now he does, doesn't he?
Yeah, we first started bass fishing, because we have always camped. And we started out with zip code 33 throwing rooster tails.
Not only do you fish the college circuit, but you and your dad also tournament fish.
Oh yeah, we fish 2 nights a week, local lakes, and we've had some success, and it's a learning process. Tell my mom will get out here and fish too, and she's kicked my butt a couple times.
Oh,
Oh man, she gets on me all the time, and she's like, "When you ever gonna go out and bring home some dinner? You know, you always throw them fish back."
you went to high school in Louisville.
Yes, sir.
It was a Louisville public school.
Right, I went to Mail.
To Male High School, and they don't have bass fishing there, so
Oh, there's one.
you got one right there. Nice. What's that on that worm?
Yeah, it's a little guy.
There you go, though. That's what we're looking for. But you were talking about going to Male, and Male doesn't offer high school bass fishing, do they?
No.
And I tell you what, they're really, really, really missing out. The drum. What do you know?
Oh, slimy fish.
We're catching a little bit of everything today. Where are the white bass at? Deeper. We got to go deeper. What are you majoring in?
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice.
Yes, sir. I'll graduate in December, actually. Can't wait. Can't wait. I will miss college fishing, though. You know, it's been a big part of my life.
Tournament fish if you'd like,
Yep.
fun fish if you like,
Yep.
whatever you want to do.
I love getting new people into the sport also. It's fun, you know. All kinds of fishing's fun. Bluegill fishing, you know, catfishing. You know, just getting outside and outdoors.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's so relaxing, and
Yeah, that's interesting because you're a hunter as well, right?
I do. I deer hunt, turkey hunt, dove hunt, you name it. You know, it's in my blood.
Lock-on tree stands are becoming increasingly popular, and they allow you to get to locations you just can't take a climbing stand. But you got to make sure you have the right gear and you're being safe. Now I'm going to demonstrate how you would attach a lock-on stand. Chosen a tree right here. This tree would obviously be very hard to climb with a climbing style stand because of the number of branches on it. I've already attached the first 2 steps because these I can do from the ground. The next process is to climb up, attach the next step, pull my stand up and attach that. And I'm going to do it always being attached to the tree. First thing you're going to need is a good pull rope. And so what I'm going to do is attach this string to me, go down around 5 feet, and I'm going to attach the next step. Once I've got that done, I'm going to go down to the end of my rope and actually attach the tree stand that I'm going to be hanging. Now, from here, I'm ready to attach myself to the tree, go up the ladder, and pull my next set of steps up. All right, to stay attached to the tree, I am using what's called a lineman's belt here. So to use this, you can see that my safety harness has these loops right here, and they're on both sides, and that is what this is for. You run it through one of the loops, run the rest of your rope through, and that creates your attachment point on one side. You want to go around the tree and attach the other using the carabiner with the locking mechanism to the other side. Now I can adjust how tight I am to the tree by pulling on this knot, which is called a Prusik knot. I can get tight or I can back off the tree a little more depending on the size and how far or how close I want to be to it. So at this point in time, I just climb up the ladder, working this around, and I can lean back up to this point right here. I want to then find the rope that I've got my next step attached to, which is right here, and pull it on up. Once I've got up here, I want to detach my rope and let that fall to the ground. It's still attached to me. Slide this on. Once you get this on, I want to go and attach this step and pull it tight. Now, my next step is secure. I'm ready to move on up the tree. So, as you move up the tree, if you have limbs like this, you will get to points where you can't go up any further because your lineman's belt is under the limb. What you want to do at that point in time is to make sure you use 3 points of contact. I've got 2 feet, 2 hands. I'm gonna untie this, untether myself, and then pull myself up and over and around the limbs using 3 points of contact. I still have my feet and my hands, then reattach myself and proceed on up the tree. The next step, what I want to do is to pull the stand up and get it attached. You can see why lineman's belt is so important. I have 2 hands to manipulate this stand and put it where I want it. Otherwise, that would not be possible. So now I've got my stand up where I want it. It's in position. I need to take these straps, wrap them around, and hook them up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and attach my top strap and start to pull it snug. So the last thing you wanna do to snug this thing down real good is to lift your platform up and pull your belts tight. Once you get that done, when your base hits the tree, it's gonna really pull these tight. So I am locked in right there and really, really tight. So the next thing I need to do is to attach my tether above the stand so that I can hook into it. I'm gonna step up one more step, still attached to the tree with my lineman's belt, and go ahead and attach my tether. I can adjust this to the right height when I get in, but right now I got that attached in there very tight. I want to go ahead and grab my carabiner that's on my safety harness and lock in. Remembering to screw that thing back down on there so that it can't open up. Now it's time for me to take the lineman's belt off and step into the stand. So I'm gonna go ahead and unscrew this over here and detach myself from the lineman's belt. Remember, I attached the tether up here first so that I'm always connected to the tree. So now my lineman's belt is free and clear, and I can go ahead and step in. Now that I'm in the stand, I need to get my tether up about head height. Well, unfortunately, I got all these limbs in the way, so I got 2 options. I can saw all these limbs off and slide it up, or reattach my lineman's belt so that I can detach to the tether and raise it up to where it needs to be. I'm gonna go for option 2 because these are a lot of limbs to saw. So now I am reattached to the tree using my lineman's belt. I'm gonna detach from my tether and put it into the appropriate position. I've got my strap back up here, attached tightly to the tree. Now I'm gonna reconnect again. And after this, I shouldn't need my lineman's belt again until it's time to get down. So I am tied in, tethered in. My stand is ready, it's attached. I'm ready for my hunt. Now, I want to show you why you want to keep this tether really high. As you can see, I'm kind of down at this area right here. On this particular stand, if I was to reach down and try to grab my bow and I was to slide out, you can see I am literally suspended and hanging right now. It looks like my butt's on the seat, but I'm actually completely suspended. Because I got that thing in the right position, it gives me the opportunity to try to get my feet back under me, use my hands on the tether, and stand back up. If I had this thing down here and I fell out, I would be below the stand and I would be in a situation with a lot of clothes on it, especially if it's cold weather, try to grab the stand and to pull myself up and over it can be a really dangerous situation, so you want to avoid that. So deer season's right around the corner. We've showed you the safe way to use these types of climbing and lock-on stands. I know a lot of times you're in a hurry, you're wanting to get in the woods, but make sure you follow these safety procedures and you'll have a safe season and return home to your family after each hunt. Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Here we have Allie holding her very first fish ever, caught at Corinth Lake while fishing with her Nana and Robert. Congratulations. Stephanie Bowles of Henry County took this impressive Boone and Crockett buck on the opening day of gun season while her husband was at work. Nice job. Here's a nice picture of Jesse Williams and his first deer ever. He's 8 years old and he's from Greenville in Muhlenberg County. Nice job. Brody Staples knows how to have a productive youth deer season. He took this nice 10-point buck. Congratulations. Here we have Erica Vick with her very first dove, and this was her first hunting trip ever. Congratulations. Check out Carter Fisher with this nice 8-point buck. This was his first deer ever taken in Lewis County during the youth deer season. Nice job. Get your questions ready now and make sure you join us next Saturday night for our annual Kentucky Wild non-game call-in show. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.